Welcome back, fellow knights. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here, and we are back playing some Third Age Total War Reforged. Now, of course, we're back in Middle-earth. Today, we've got a 2v2 good versus evil battle. We have dwarves and elves standing together against a mighty foe. We have the goblins of the Misty Mountains, and we have Isengard. So, Third Age. I know I haven't been uploading Third Age a lot, but let me explain something before we get too much into this battle. I have been struggling to get a battle replay. I have plenty of replays, but I've been struggling to record these battles because this mod is having a lot of issues with crashing, especially siege battles. You have no idea how many hours I spent recording a siege battle, right? That just would not want to be recorded. I would spend about 20 minutes or about 10 minutes, and then it would crash. And then it would crash again, and then crash. And I just couldn't get through it, which was really, really disappointing because it was an epic siege battle. It was at Carn Doom. It was good versus evil. The evil guys, or the good guys were attacking. The evil guys were defending. It was really awesome, but I couldn't get it to work, and that is why you're seeing less and less Third Age. As Medieval 2 gets older and older, it's getting harder and harder to record this game with new hardware. So I really, really hope Total War comes out with an HD version of Medieval 2, and then mods could quickly be updated for the HD version, and then it can handle more troops on the battlefield and new models and stuff. But yeah, it's just been really frustrating and just a big struggle. All day I've been working on just getting a replay of Third Age, and not to take anything away from this battle. It's still a cool battle, 2v2, but we had an awesome siege battle, just didn't go through. Anyways, let's look at the player names. We'll go back to normal speed here. So the dwarves are commanded by Slainhawk 7. This is the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. The elves, which of course is the realm of Lothlorien, commanded by Baconfish 302. What exactly is a baconfish? Is that like when you stick pieces of bacon in the fish and then you eat the fish? Like, what is this? And then we got Orcs of the Misty Mountains, commanded by Jerry Cho 12. And then Isengard, commanded by Pug. So, yeah, I was looking at some of the models. They made some nice changes. I definitely feel like they've made some really good changes to make the units look more realistic. But looking at Isengard's Uruk-Hai, I don't like this at all. Having pure white helmets, I don't think that, I mean, it looks cool, but it doesn't feel very Lord of the Rings to me. I really hope they go back to just normal black helmets, maybe different variations of handprints on it. But the pure white helmet doesn't look great to me. I prefer the helmets of the pikemen. The crossbows look great. They've got the cool crossbow helmets there. But yeah, but overall, I think Third Age Reforged, it seems like they're kind of improving their units quite a bit and making them look more realistic in terms of Lord of the Rings lore. But yeah, anyways, so the dwarves of Khazad-dûm, they're pushing forward. It looks like they're going to try to race down these Uruk-Hai crossbows. Let's see if they stand their ground. I think they are. Instead of firing at the units coming straight for them, we got the 3rd Legion. They're actually going for the units way up here. Maybe the Mithril Guard or... Oh, no, they're going for the sentries of Khazad-dûm, the pikemen here. But now they're moving up their infantry, and I think we might get a clash here of forces between Isengard and the dwarves. Let's see if they go for it. Here we go. Ready? They're going for a charge, but look at the artillery. Oh, no, the friendly fire from the artillery. That was kind of epic, though, as the dwarves now march into enemy territory, and the Uruk-Hai hold their ground against the legions of the dwarves. Over on this side, things are... Wait, what's going on here? Oh, we actually have a charge from Isengard. What the heck? Isengard, they've got a force of Dunlending clansmen who are going after the Lothlorien axes. So a little surprise attack there from Isengard. Fighting on 2 fronts right now. Now we have the Sindard Blade Masters. They look pretty awesome. Yeah, it definitely seems like they've kind of improved the models quite a bit. Made them look more realistic for sure. But I think they're finally breaking these clansmen. Not a very good unit, but I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish. Maybe hold back the elves. Not really sure. But the orcs of the Misty Mountains, yeah, I would just be sending my forces over here. Look at this. Look at these trolls. They're going over to support their ally. If the elves are going to sit back, you might as well charge in and try to double team the dwarves. And here comes the mighty trolls. Look at this guy. They're already getting bloodied up. I love it. I love the trolls, man. It's great to have the infantry supporting the trolls. Oftentimes, people just get too comfortable with trolls and they're like, oh, they're big, giant lizard troll things. Like, they're going to be fine. And you send them in and they start dying like they are right now. Oof. Yeah, trolls are more of a flanking unit. They're a shock troop. You don't want to use them to hold your front line because they will die quickly. We also have some cav charging in as well. And I think they're about to ride over to the other side of the battlefield. Yeah, it looks exactly like they're doing that as they gallop their way to support the fight on this side. I think they're going to take out the dwarves here. Oh, nice hit with the catapult, but he's really playing with fire there. Literally playing with fire with his fiery balls of justice. Trying to take out enemy forces, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. There's the general. The general's even looking better. Yeah, general looks pretty good. So yeah, he's doing some cycle charges with Bolg's champions. And I think Isengard's doing quite well here against the dwarves. You might actually see Isengard be victorious, especially with the orcs of the Misty Mountains supporting them. And my god, look at this fight right here. Really epic clash of infantry. You know, we got the dwarven elite forces, but they are taking on the numbers of Isengard. And Isengard isn't necessarily a horde army compared to the other evil like Mordor. Isengard definitely has a lot more skill than Mordor, at least I think so. I don't know about lore-wise, but in the movies it seemed like that. Like Uruk-hai were bigger, meaner, and tougher than the orcs, the standard orcs of Mordor. So it seems like Isengard was a bit more skilled, but still, their skill doesn't compare to the skill of a dwarf. But they do have numbers, and now look at this massive flank from some Uruk-hai Reavers. My god, well played from Isengard. And look at the madness of a battle right now. Very cool, very cool. So got some heavy goblin crossbows. Oh, this is a really good job here from the evil forces. They're just doing well against the forces of Isengard. Now the elves are moving in, and it's about time. It's about time the elves get into this action and try to support their ally by just putting pressure on the orcs of the Misty Mountains. And there they go. They're charging in. We also have, whoa, these warg riders. They look like the wargs from The Hobbit. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So the warg riders charging in. Yeah, I definitely like the updates to Reforged. It looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty good. But yeah, the elves are now taking on a horde of wargs. Now we've got infantry clashing against each other. And oh, nice little flank there by Galadriel riders trying to break the spirits of these black Uruks of the mountains. More troops flanking around as well. The Sylvan Spearmen trying to get around. Let's see if they can try to break some of these orcs. They're desperately going to need to try to break through these forces if they want any chance of helping their ally. And we got the Sindar Blade Masters breaking through the lines as well. And more orc-heavy goblin halberds charging to the front line to hold the ranks and support their troops who are already engaged in the thick of it. And look at all those halberds in the background. That looks so cool. And look at them. They're just storming in. So these battle lines have been quite awkward. Goblin's kind of clumping here a little bit. He might want to spread out his forces a tad bit. You don't want to clump up too much like that. Let's head back over here and let's see what's happening. Things are starting to calm down. And look at this, man. The Mithril Guard are just fighting back to back, forming a circle defense, completely surrounded by orcs, Uruk-hai, men, evil men. So yeah, the Mithril Guard, very, very good. They have the Mithril, armor, which almost seems unbreakable. But you just got to look for the weak spot. Oh my god, words are hard. The weak spots, like in their neck and, I don't know, other places like that. But they are thinning out quite quickly, and it seems like Isengard's going to take this one fairly easily. I mean, because of the great support of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. So what Isengard needs to do now is start moving his troops over to deal with the elves. Like, send them quickly over to help fight against these elves, because they're pretty far away. And these elves, man, they're tough. They are a tough unit to take on, and they're definitely going to need support here. Isengard needs to support their ally, because look, he's already thinning out quite a bit here in some of these frontline battles. You know, in the battlefront. Man, I have been, you know, it's been a long day, guys. Honestly, like, I have recorded like 3 videos worth in one video, just because all the crashing and redoing and ugh. Oh wow, okay, so the dwarven general has been slain, and now I mean okay, so over here the elves are trying to flank around here and surround the Orcs of the Misty Mountains. So yeah, they're charging in. Really good maneuver. You definitely need to charge around the halberds here if you want any chance of breaking them quickly. If you try to charge them head on, you're definitely going to lose a lot of men. And we also, don't forget, guys, we have Cav in the back ranks causing some chaos for these goblins as they try to hold against the Galadriel Riders as they fall back. They've done a lot of damage, and they look badass. They look really cool. Nice hit there with the archers. He's making a big mistake. He's probably microing elsewhere, but he's making a big mistake of leaving his cav in one place like that. So they need to quickly move around here and support their forces. But my god, the elves have broken through. Look at this. The flanking maneuver paid off. And these goblins need to spread out their forces, man. Spread them out. There you go. He's kind of doing it. But he just needs to hold here until his ally shows up. He's even got some archers back here. Here's the heavy crossbows. Ooh, there you go. Crossbows will certainly take out some cav, which they have quite a bit. Let's see if they can get another volley. The crossbows take a while to reload. Unfortunately, not. Isengard now making their way over to support their ally. My god, look at this Isengard force. I didn't even notice he was so close, but he's going straight for the back lines of the elves, sending in some Uruk-Hai crossbowmen. Also, why is there... What? We got white Uruk fearmongers. Why are you sending them in? Misty Mountain. Maybe they broke and came back. But, oh no. So basically what's happening here, pretty much the same thing that happened to the dwarves is happening to the orcs of the Misty Mountains. He's getting surrounded on all fronts. We got 2 units of Sylvan Spears. Actually, yeah, 2 units of Sylvan Spears closing in. One actually peeling away. I think they're going to support the cav who's trying to keep these crossbows occupied. Keep them, you know, prevent them from being able to fire, basically. But the crossbows, I'd just run away. I would run away. I would not engage these guys, because if they continue to chase, you'll keep them away from the main fight. And now the elves are having to make the tough decision of regrouping their lines, and they're not going to be able to completely surround the orcs for too long, because Isengard reinforcements are arriving. And this has been a pretty tactical and very, very back and forth battle. I quite enjoyed this one. I quite enjoy, because it's still going on. It's not over yet, right? So there they go. They're charging in, and they're going to support the Snaga skirmishers against the Sylvan Spirit. Nope, just kidding. They're going to be like, nope. Oh, there they go. Okay, they are going in. So there goes the Uruk-Hai infantry. I kind of get why they made the helmets white. So when you kind of glance at them, you know right away that it's infantry and not pikemen. But there's just something about it. Kind of reminds me of a clone trooper or something. I don't know. Just not a huge fan of that. It's not terrible or anything, but not a big fan. So the elves are crushing the orcs of the Misty Mountains, and that is no good for Isengard. I feel like they were a little too late. They could have gotten there a little bit quicker to support his ally, but now the elves are going to be able to reform and take on Isengard without having to, you know, worry about destroying his initial opponent, which of course is the orcs of the Misty Mountains. So the clash of the 2 victors, basically, of the 2v2. Now it's pretty much down to a 1v1, and Isengard's looking really good. I mean, Isengard still has a ton of forces, trying to get a nice bird's eye view of the situation. Look, he's got units up here just chilling just chilling. Same with the orcs here. What are they doing? They're actually about to get charged by some Galadriel nobles. Why are the orcs not moving this unit? I don't know. I guess he just doesn't realize they're there. Here comes some Lothlorien blades. They're charging forward up the hill. And over on this side, the elves make their push. Elves, honestly, the Isengard forces are making the push. The elves are just trying to hold their ground and prevent them from being able to flank around. What do we got down here? Oh, God. Some returning forces. They look back and they see the Isengard forces clash with the elves. And they're like, guys, we should stop breaking. Let's go back into the fray and support our Isengard ally. We got some goblin archers in the back here. Some goblin archers, looks like they used up all their ammo. But yeah, they've got a lot of troops surrounding the elves. And the elves are really thinning out here. But, you know, again, elves are very skilled. They're breaking through over here. This could be huge, guys. He's got the Karas Galadrion's Guardians. You know, that secret elven place. Well, this is actually the general. And they've now flanked around Isengard. And they've got them on two fronts. But Isengard's still looking pretty good, even though they're kind of fighting on two fronts in this area. Alright, so elves still holding. Got a nice pocket, a small pocket battle going on here. The pocket of troops is what I was trying to say. And the balance of power is greatly in favor of Isengard and ally, which of course is the orcs of the Misty Mountains. The elves are desperately going to need a miracle here to try to break all of Isengard's forces. But we'll see what they can do. So the reason Isengard has had so much success and they're doing so well, and honestly, I feel like, wait, wow, they killed Isengard's general. Now, I don't know if that's going to be enough to turn the tide of the battle, but it's certainly something. Was this guy kicking with his feet? That's amazing. He just killed the guy by kicking him in the face. That was awesome. But yeah, the reason Isengard's doing so well is because they had great teamwork right at the beginning. You notice that the dwarves were extremely aggressive, and the elves just kind of sat back there, you know, just sitting back, and they didn't really support the dwarves as they were going in. And it just seems like they had a bit of miscommunication during this fight. And Isengard and the orcs of the Misty Mountains, they were helping each other out. That's why Isengard was able to defeat the dwarves so effectively. It's because the orcs of the Misty Mountains send up crossbows, they send up infantry. I think they even sent up cav, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were cycle charging with cav, and that's what made Isengard be able to defeat his opponent, and now he's returning the favor basically and trying to destroy these elves. But we still have a lot of time left in this battle, so it can still be anyone's game. The balance of power is shifting though. Look at this, guys. I don't want to speak too soon, but the elves are hanging on, especially this unit, because this is a very elite general's bodyguard. So they're holding on for dear life. What about over here? The elves are still holding on over here. The balance of power, it's bad for the elves, but it's not going down anymore. So they might just be able to pull this off. I've seen crazier things in Total War.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Well, we got the general. The general's still fighting here. Bolg's champions. Got Ola, or what is his name again? I forgot. The hobbits are so forgettable. Hobbit movies are so forgettable. But yeah. Azog, that's it. That's it. Even though in the lore he like dies. And Bolg is the true, like, you know, villain of the Hobbit series. Anyways, so yeah, the orcs of the Misty Mountains having some troops left in reserve. They must have been fighting over here, but they finally defeated their opponents. Now we got even more forces coming in. And it's just, you know, it's hard to believe that the elves are going to be able to pull this one, pull a miracle out of this one, because it just seems like every couple minutes pass, there's just like a new unit of evil forces marching in. It's like, where did these guys come from? I don't know, but they're going to come and destroy the elves. That's what they're going to do. Look at them. Look at these. Where are these guys coming from? What is this? What's the deal with that? Okay, so yeah, the elves are still holding over here, but again, I think the elves are down to like 2 units, unless they have something up their sleeve. But yeah, pretty much 2 units. And I think they're sending over some reinforcements to attack these elves in the rear. The elves are going to send over some Galadrian nobles, who we saw charge in pretty early on. It's still fighting, which is really impressive. So nice, the elves putting up one hell of a fight. At least they're not going out without a fight. You gotta give them that. You gotta give them that. So they make their last stand there.
Something changes in the course of battle. For defeat seems
Yeah, defeat is looking certain for the elves as they fight. They're really the last minute, maybe last couple seconds, what's left of their army. Sorry guys, like my commentary has been so all over the place. That's one way to put it. But yeah, we're gonna fast forward now, guys, because it is quite clear that the elves are going to be defeated here against Isengard. And Isengard did an excellent job there. So yeah, I think it all came down to teamwork. I think Isengard in the Orcs in the Misty Mountains had much better synergy. And you could, oh wow, the elves getting 3,000 kills. He did pretty good, but again, I feel like he should have stayed close to the dwarves who got 1,800. Wow. You know, that's the thing. They got a lot of kills, but it's because evil forces tend to use numbers over quantity, I'm sorry, I mixed that up. They use quantity over quality, and I'm kind of surprised that Isengard had more troops than the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, but a great battle there, really good. I think this was sent in by Baconfish, so thank you so much for the battle replay. This was awesome. Here are the kills. Oh yeah, his spears there, the elite bodyguard getting 528 kills. That's crazy. I think that's the most, yeah. So that is the most. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to have more Medieval 2 Third Age Reforged Siege battles. Fingers crossed to make an HD edition. I would love that, but, you know, I'm not really counting on it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.